Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Sunday Sesh. I am grateful for everyone. It's been a wonderful new year. I lost my voice when I went traveling, so I'm glad to be able to have this some of my voice coming back. Had a really wonderful time in New York. Got to talk about jobs and business, and it's really great because the New York Department of Labor was there, the Workforce Development was there, and for me. It was an amazing experience because as I continue to move up the ladder, more people are seeing what we're doing and being part of the conversation of what's happening when it comes to legalization and being able to create jobs. And also for me, being an educator, being able to educate individuals and say, hey, this is what you need to learn when you want to get in industry based off my experience and the experience that I have working with others. And so one of the things that I've been resonating with over the past couple of weeks is so many people have anxiety and depression, and so I'm gonna just talk about it real quick. A conversation came up because I posted that I deal with depression, and from my understanding, I know that all of us deal with issues, right? Whether it's anxiety, pain, depression, sleep issues, and so my motivation is to say, hey, even I have it, right? Like. I'm in my own little bubble, so I'm by myself a lot, and in my head, I have to deal with it. And for me, I find that I am super happy because I created a life that I want to create, and I did that because I've been around enough people to see how we live. I used to be in a position where I had a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression. I ate my way into gaining up to like 190 pounds. My doctor was on me about my blood pressure, my high cholesterol levels, right, and my weight. And it wasn't until I got in like from CBD that it really helped me, because I used to be the type of person that just give to everyone, and I had to find a way to stop doing that because I wasn't making myself happy. Yes, I was making everybody happy, but I wasn't making myself happy. And I know a lot of you go through that. A lot of you give so much to people that you yourself are not receiving in return. So for me, I turned to CBD. So for like things I deal with that affect me when it comes to my mode and my mind is, first off, is pain. So one of the things I tell people, like, hey, if you're in a lot of pain and that helps you, that takes you out of where you want to be because you can't do the things you want to be, and you're feeling down, look for a product. So like for me, I have this product from CMI. It's a topical, right? This helps me a lot with my pain because for me, my hands are everything for me. I do a lot of computer work, and I did it since I was 16, and I'm 44 now. So imagine me working 16 hours a day just learning, right? Especially from the military. And then after I got the military, I took some apprenticeship opportunities, and which led me to working a lot. And so over the years, it's been frustrating for me because there are days where I can't even type because my hands hurt so much. And so I use the topical to help me relieve my pain, which end up helping me mentally because I'm not suffering as I used to every day. And then for like internally, I use a CBD oil. So I did some tests and I found that I need to take 100 milligrams of CBD a day. So I'm taking restorative CBD, but it's up to you. There's a bunch of other products out here. Like there's focus products that you can use for anxiety. That's just from Tanya. Those of you know Tanya here in Richmond. Look for sleep products, right? I also got custom made like an alcohol-based tincture for me, and so I use these products to help me for my anxiety and my depression. And then once some of that come off me, right? Because I'm still suffering with it because that's just the life we live. We cannot have the good without the bad, right? This is what I learned just from my spiritual journey, going to church and just having this community here on Sunday Sesh, is that we still have it. So once I have this, for me, it's like, hey, what's the next step? Next step is giving, like studying some of the teachings. For me, Jesus is to give people. Like you got to go out and give people. You got to help people. And so me helping people every day helps me in return because it makes me happy. Because I don't know, I just feel better helping others. That works for me. So yesterday, we had a panel at Normal. We had the VA Cannabis Conference, and I was on a panel for veterans and mental health and what we go through. So those of you who don't know, a lot of us veterans kill ourselves after service because we go through that, the PTSD. Like, for example, I was when I was in New York, I had a conversation. So I was telling my friend that for me, when I walk into a restaurant, I cannot have my back turned to the door. It's just something that it's embedded in me from the military, is that I'm on edge because I want to make sure that, hey, I know where the exit's at. And if anything happens, especially the people with me, I can see it before it happens. So I know how to act. And then two, like being in certain situations, like, for example, like here, I don't have a car. So I used to walk to work all the time when I was at Choices. Walk and walk back, sometimes even nighttime. A couple times I almost got robbed, but I had to like walk away from that because I'm like, Bevon, let me just walk away when people come up to me, right? And people threaten me, because if I use my military background and I end up hurting somebody, like, I'm not just gonna hit you. I'm gonna try to break your neck, break your arm, because that's how I was trained. Like, I want to survive, and if I do that, then I looked at it as a bad guy because, like, oh, Bevon, his military service did X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, and I end up getting more trouble than I need to. And so these are some of the things that us veterans think about, right? And you can imagine the amount of brothers and sisters who have actually went out there and started shooting people, right? They deal with it a lot. And I've been there where in my head that, like, I can understand how somebody said, hey, I feel so like bad, like I just want to end my life because it's so much easier than having to deal with this. And for me, I never will do that to myself. I have way too much to lose. I have my family, and I've worked my ass off over the last 20 years, including the last 7 years in the cannabis industry, to build a life that I'm happy because I can wake up every day and do what I want. Nobody's telling me what I do. And that comes with sacrifices. Like I said, I have a car, but in a position where I know that, hey, I love this life. My grandma's 85 years old. She's having a birthday party in a couple of weeks, and I want to make sure that I'm there to celebrate that because I want to live that life, that that long life of enjoyment and help people. And so my message is that no matter what's going on, like find a purpose. Like I always say, find a purpose. Whether you're a guy, get your ass, do some work, start a business, find something, ladies. Those of you in relationships, put your power into your relationships, your man, your kids. Read some books. I know Haley has a book right here that is really well done that we do in the book club. It is Setting Boundaries and Finding Peace, and a Guide to Reclaiming Yourself by Nidra Glover Tawab. Like there's books for you. Find something to do that will help you in your purpose. If you like sports, go sports. You like hiking, go hiking. Find something that really works well and resonate with you, so that way you can continue to be happy and live your life. Now, for me, I love cannabis. I love smoking. So I find that when I'm like, I need an extra boost, right? If I do a one-to-one, I'll just do straight marijuana. So this is all marijuana. I smoke it. For me, it helps me feel great. It relieves some of that tension. I get happy, right? And then I go do some yoga. And yoga, which for me is very spiritual. I get to meditate and help myself be centered, right? And so find a community. Like we have a community here on Mimea for you guys to be able to get help, ask questions. There's different services. Beatrix is getting ready to do the song back, and which really helps for the brain. Sound waves does a lot for us, and so I love you guys. You guys continue, like having a community helps me a lot to go through, deal what I have to deal with, especially as I continue to move up the ladder in this business. And so it breaks my heart to see so many of us suffering. And so I wish you guys to continue to grow and remember that we all here for each other. Find people to help you, talk to somebody, go to a therapist, to use CBD like I do every day for the last 7 years, right? Use cannabis, mushrooms. What you got to do is you got to help yourself, because the world is not going to help you, right? Unless you go out there and ask for it. So I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for those of you who serve, all the veterans out there. Hang on there. I love you guys. And yeah, I'm excited for Beatrix. So appreciate you guys. Happy Sunday.